Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, Arcueid, was in a bad way. She was injured, and we needed to get some bandages for her. And without another elongated intro that's ultimately pointless, let's get back into it, shall we? Although I say first aid, the only things which come to mind are things like restraining bandages or painkillers. But it's still better than nothing. Even if it's a small thing, if it's something, then it's not zero. Believing that, I buy whatever I can think of. Hey, that tickles. I ignore Arcueid's voice and fasten the gauze as carefully as I can. The wound on her stomach wasn't really large. Arcueid said herself, most of it is healed on the outside. But there are still 4 golf ball-sized black holes from the fangs of the crocodile. That might actually be bad for a wound this big, but considering the possible infection, I apply some disinfectant. I put gauze over the wound after that and carefully wrap it around in bandages. Quit it! You're too good. Arcueid is laughing cheerfully, and I need to stop bouncing my feet because that bounces my microphone. I ignore her and pin off her bandages. In order to stop the blood flow, I press a little to tighten the bandage around the wound. Ow. Jeez, I'm taking points off for that one, Shiki. Whew. For now, I've done all I can. Well then, I at least made it look good, but how is it? Can you move alright, Arcueid? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it will get in the way. My insides are still pretty messed up, so I can't move fully anyway. I see. Well, the rest is up to you. My specialty is slicing apart, not healing. I step away from Arcueid and sit against the wall. You can sleep now. Sleep will bring your strength back and you'll heal soon, right? I'll keep watch, so just relax and sleep. No, sleeping won't really help me regain my strength. You said yourself, sleeping only gets rid of tiredness. For me, regaining strength is only a matter of time. By tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be able to move normally. Just go to sleep already. You look like you're having trouble even talking. Yes, but since you're up, Shiki, it seems like a waste if I sleep now. Arcueid sits up in bed and talks cheerfully. Jeez. Oh well. There are some things I want to ask as well, so I guess it's alright to keep Arcueid company. Arcueid, can I ask about the hotel from yesterday? That's right. I guess that's going to be our topic, considering us. Yeah. I just have one question. The guy last night, the one you called Nero, just what the hell is he? I'm being serious here, so please don't say something like he's a magician who can make crocodiles appear from his body. I won't say that. I think you know this already, but he is also a vampire. We call him Nero, and he is quite an exception. To tell the truth, he isn't someone you could talk to so casually like this. So he was a vampire after all. But for some reason, like Arcueid sitting in front of me, he doesn't match my image of a vampire either. So, this Nero, what kind of guy is he? You seem to know him or something. Of course not. I don't have any vampire acquaintances. Knowing them means I'm going to kill them the next instant. This is the first time I ever met a vampire without killing it. You guys were talking about a lot of things. It would be hasty to call him acquaintance because of that. Nero is a famous vampire, so introductions were necessary when we met, that's all. So no introductions were necessary. Isn't it natural to know the name of vampires with unusual power and a long history? Among those, Nero stands out even more. Despite being one of the oldest vampires, he has neither a castle nor territory and is an eccentric wanderer. The church have given him a second name, Chaos. Chaos? What's that? literally squirming, squelching chaos. Like a primordial earth where no one knows what will fly out after a mixing of various things. A meaning, I'm guessing, from last night. Not knowing what will fly out. Jeez. You saw his body too, Shiki. We spoke of it earlier, but aged vampires cannot easily regenerate their bodies. To restore the body after centuries of existence, the weak life of a human isn't enough. So using the simply more superior life forms, wild animals and magic beasts, as raw material, they compose their bodies. As one of the oldest vampires, Nero probably is in a league of his own regarding the sheer amount of beast he has caught and used for his body. A league of his own? Things like those black dogs are a part of his body then? Exactly. But there is a limit to a human's capacity. Probably only about 30 beasts can be controlled at once. Having more than one illusory beast, such as a magical or phantom beast, would overload one's capacity. Putting that into consideration, all of Nero's familiars are probably real animals. Yeah, that may be fortunate. I don't quite get the last part, but that means there's 30 of those black dogs. No, that can't be right. Black dogs weren't the only thing rampaging in the hotel. I think there were things like lions and leopards too. Right. To be able to bring together 30 animals of the same type is one thing, but for Nero to have different beasts in his body truly places his strength of his willpower apart from others. Well, it does seem odd that if he has that sort of power, he would only use wild animals. I would have thought he would employ more magical beasts with this sort of willpower. Arcueid descends deep into thought. Whatever. Anyway, we at least know his weapons are 20 or 30 familiars. So now we can understand why he's called Chaos. His name really isn't Chaos? Yeah, most long-lived dead apostles don't use their names from their human lives. But they don't make up new names themselves. The church assigns them one. They add name on names. They find new special characteristics of the vampire, so some of them have names as long as spells. And I guess the church must really have hated him to name him Chaos. It would have been enough for one lion to hunt the entire hotel, right? But he let loose all of those beasts to feed, meaning he seems to enjoy such excesses. 30 beasts inside the vampire Nero. Just with that, he killed and ate without trace 100 people in the hotel in 30 minutes. Seems a bit of an awkward sentence. Just with that, he killed and ate without trace 100 people in the hotel in 30 minutes. That seems a bit of an awkward sentence. I can't believe it. He's a complete monster. Yes, he really is the worst opponent I could have at the moment. He's one of those you never want to meet. But what's worse is that such a guy knows where we are. Even now, I'm sure his familiars are watching us. What? Isn't it obvious? We were saved earlier because of the sun rose, but we can't count on that tonight. He knows of this place, so he will certainly come to kill us at the height of his power at midnight. Come to kill us tonight? Yes, he said so himself. What is this? The man in the black coat is coming tonight. I don't know what I should say. I should escape. I know that's the wisest decision, but Arcueid is in this condition. Even if she ran away, I don't think she could escape from that monster. No, less about her and more about me. If I stay here, if I stay involved with Arcueid, there's no mistaking the fact I'll face him. He is dangerous. Clearly put, he is insane. More than his body, which houses those animals, his eyes are like a machine's, devoid of even a single emotion. The true eyes of a killer which does whatever it is assigned to do. As one who has experienced his attack, I am sure that without a doubt, he is to be avoided. But does that mean I should leave Arcueid here and run away? No matter who she is, she can't move because she protected me. And I can tell her good luck and go home. Arcueid, But it's alright. Even Nero isn't a problem for you. No matter who it is, you can kill anyone with a single blow. Huh? Arcueid says something outrageous as if it was completely ordinary. Hey, what in the world are you saying? What am I saying? You're going to fight with me, right? Arcueid looks directly at me. Her eyes place all trust in me. But this isn't a joke. I'd like to refuse, but... no, there's no way I could take on a monster like this. Let's see, we want some arc points, so we're going to... I'd like to refuse, but... I refuse. I know I have to refuse. No matter how much I think about it, I can't do anything. Arcueid. Sorry, but am I going to abandon her? It's my fault. Because of Tonoshiki, she can't move as she needs to. Am I running away? From that monster who was mercilessly cruel, one-sidedly slaughtered all those people? Run away and pretend like I never saw it? After being the only one to survive, I'm going to just run away without any pangs of guilt? The lines of death only I can see. Didn't that important person tell me that I have this power because there would be a time when I would need it? Shiki? Yeah, I know. I can't run away by myself. I look up at her ceiling and take a deep breath. Fortunately, that prepares me just a bit for what is to come. Alright, I'll help you, Arcueid. I think it's my duty to do so as the only one who survived in that hotel. Then, it's decided. It's alright, Shiki. With your skills, you'll have no problem killing him. Arcueid states this outrageous thing with a straight face. Well, I'm not as optimistic as she is, but I've got no choice. The question is how I'll act to do that. I froze as soon as I looked into his eyes at the hotel, so I think all I can do is approach him from behind so he won't notice me and then get him somehow. Oh, that. That was just because your will is weak, Shiki. Nero's mystic eyes are nothing special, so if you just discard your doubts, you should be able to deflect his gaze even if you look right into his eyes. Arcueid casually mentions it, but I'm still nervous. No, I'd better not plan on doing something I've never done. I'm going to approach him from behind and cut the lines on his limbs. That ought to take away his freedom of movement, and if you do that, Shiki, you will die. You say the question is how you'll act. That's not right. The real question is how you'll kill. That's true, but... Shiki, you are about to fight a monster called a vampire, so throw away your human morals, even if it's just for tonight. They'll only weigh you down in the crucial moments. I understand that much. He's a monster, so that's why I wanted to help you stop him. No, you don't understand. Cut off his limbs? Don't do something so suicidal. If you've got the time to cut off his limbs, first cut off his life. Nobody else can but you. Listen to me and don't give Nero the chance to retaliate. The difference in your offensive abilities is just too great. If you miss your first strike, you've got no chance of winning whatsoever. Arcueid's eyes are unforgiving of any denial. It's true. It's exactly as she says. If I take my time cutting his limbs off first, I might find my head being eaten by the mouth of a crocodile as I do so. Shiki, Nero will come at midnight tonight. That's when when you and I will kill him until he can be killed no further. Not how to act, but how to kill. Think only about that. Arcueid's savage eyes are staring straight at me. She is really angry. Angry that I still hold such naive notions. I understand. I won't hesitate. I'll take out his points of death in a single strike. That's what I should do, right, Arcueid? Arcueid doesn't answer. I suppose her silence indicates agreement. But where should we wait? Bystanders are going to get killed like back at the hotel if we wait here in these apartments. Shouldn't we change our location? Yes. I think the park will be suitable. No one's there late at night, and if anyone happens to pass by, it's their own bad luck. Saying that, Arcueid turns her back to me. What's wrong? If you've got something to say, then say it. I've decided to help you, so I'm willing to take risks. It's useless. You haven't used the word kill even once. At this rate, you'll just hesitate at the last moment and be killed. That's not true. He's a monster who's eaten over 100 people. There is no way I'd hesitate to kill him. Arcueid gives a small sigh. If I controlled you, I could make you sure you killed Nero. I felt that I wanted to do it for the first time, but I also felt that I didn't want to for the first time. It's kind of like a big contradiction. Arcueid turns to face me, mumbling something I don't really understand. I trust you, Shiki. Let's get Nero together. A smile comes over Arcueid's face, but her smile looks really uneasy. The plan itself is unbelievably simple. Just a little before midnight, Arcueid leaves the room and heads towards the park first. Nero's familiar, the blue crow, according to Arcueid, should follow her, so I leave the room and go to the park a bit after she does. Then I'll hide in a bush where I can see Arcueid and wait for Nero to arrive. While Arcueid has his attention, I approach him from behind and cut his line of death. Arcueid stands absent-mindedly in the middle of the park. I hide in a bush about 20 meters away. The park is empty. It's 10 minutes before midnight. Arcueid has her head tilted up, watching the blue moon above her. I grip the knife tightly. Arcueid said that Nero will definitely come. So all I have to do is get behind him, approach him without making too much noise, and then cut his line in one breath. I try to take a deep breath. My body is moving just fine, except my fingers gripping the knife. They are tight and immobile as if not part of my body. Maybe I'm nervous that the vampire called Nero will come again. I'll have to confront that monster again. Or that I have to kill him soon. Pant. My breathing speeds up. My heart pounds as if it's not a part of my body. Calm down. He isn't even here yet. That's right. The target has yet to arrive. I'm beginning to worry I won't even be able to move my feet by the time Nero arrives at this rate. Arcueid, aren't you scared? I stare at the white girl vacantly, looking up at the moon. She doesn't look uneasy at all. Her face, looking up at the moon, comes down. At the same time, "It seems I kept you waiting, princess of the true ancestors." A heavy voice like rusted iron. That's why Arcueid looked down. More than 5 meters away from her, and more than 10 meters away from me, a man in a black coat appears like a ghost. Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. Yes, I've been waiting for quite some time, Nero Chaos. Or would you prefer I call you Fabro Rowan? Sounds classier. Arcueid's voice reaches me through the wind. Impressive. I would never have dreamed anyone would call me by that name while I was still a human. Just what one would expect of our executioner. I suppose you have long since found out there is no hope to know about the current 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. I can hear Nero's reply clearly as well. My breathing grows louder. Arcueid is drawing Nero's attention. This is my only chance. I take my glasses off through sheer willpower. I hold the knife in my right hand, pressing it against my chest. A white weapon. Now, with this, I'm going to dismantle that man-eating monster. We can dash towards Nero, or, no, it's still too early. Now, we're going to save, because we're going to be coming back to these choices, because we're going to wait. No, it's too early. Nero just arrived. A little more, until his attention is focused on Arcueid. I can't launch a surprise attack. Don't get it wrong, Nero. The ancestors of the dead apostle are not a group of 27, but of 28. You do not recognize the serpent as one of your own? Of course. His ideals differ from ours. He is a vampire, but he does not hold to the meaning of being a vampire. Consequently, we do not accept him as one of us. But we are old friends. I believe I understand him more than the other dead apostles. I see. Come to think of it, you are like the serpent as well as you are unlike the other vampires too. Since you are both heretics, you must share a common interest. Wrong. Heresy is isolated, therefore it is heresy. There's a cat meowing. Just because we both are separated from the flock doesn't mean we comprehend one another. Really? Hopefully the cat isn't being picked up too loudly on the microphone. He is probably a couple of rooms away. He's just being very, very loud. Come as far as this country to pursue me. I think you guys are similar. Do not be ridiculous. You are the capricious one. Your purpose is to execute dead apostles, so why do you persistently pursue the serpent of Akasha? That the serpent's poison is not something the princess of the true ancestors should be persistent about. Nero's voice gets slightly louder. Arcueid's taunting must be working. Nero is looking only at his enemy Arcueid. What do I do now? I think it's still a little too early, if you ask me. Still too early. There's about 10 meters in between me and Nero. I need a more definite opening before I can draw close without him realizing me. I gulp. A little more something. I do not understand. Muttering. As if speaking to the moon above, Nero mutters aloud. It is displeasing to be faced by such unsightly enmity, but I cannot think this is one of the princess's familiars. Is that just trash? Shiki, run away! Arcueid's composed voice. But I can't understand in time. My legs start to sink in something. The firm ground beneath me is like quicksand. The ground is full of something pitch black. My body collapses. My ankles, which sunk into the black puddle, are attached to nothing. I fall with a splash into the puddle. There's no bottom. The black puddle transforms into the mouth of a large animal and compresses my body. End. Yay, another dead end. And next time, we will take Ciel's lesson. I should do that before I try to end the episode. Teach me, Ciel-sensei. Bonjour. And now the hint corner for the sake of the mischievous Tono-kun, who quickly ended up in a dead end. It is time for Teach Me, Ciel-sensei. Well then, now for the third of the ever-popular series, Shakes and Shivers Animal Land. Liar. I don't see any animals coming out. Denied. No longer human, pet's name. Go. Killing junkie. Kya! Kyung. Well then, the third in our animal series. Why did Tono-kun end up dying? This time, we have brought a special guest lecturer. I have called in this person who was wandering about after finishing his task earlier. Professor Nero, please go ahead. Nothing. Nothing. I will only speak when I am victorious. If we're here, it means that you have won an away, Professor Nero. I see. That is a sound argument. But there is nothing to be said. I do not know of anyone who would miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Return to the choice before and correct yourself. Yes, thank you very much. This concludes our 4th period lesson. Please continue enjoying the main storyline. And this is where we're going to end the episode. Next time, we are going to not wait, because what do we look like? A waiter? So, next time, we kill Nero? Maybe. Well, we find the answer to that and many more questions next time on Tsukihime. I hope to see you all there.